What's going on, everyone? Matic here, and welcome to our On the Road to Baki series update number 8. Peace up, A-Town. So first things first, I want to apologize for this update being a week late.
I'm kind of retarded.
But that's because just things got in the way, and we're past that, and let's carry on. So like always, starting with our techniques, we got our punching, which basically we've been doing a basic 1-2 punch as we are moving in. So adding a little bit of distance in and seeing how that goes. And one of the things that I'm finding out is both punches are landing very well, but I'm finding myself putting much more emphasis on the second punch than I am the first one. And anytime that we throw a technique out, we want both of them to be going out with the same amount of authority. They want to both be dangerous. All of our techniques want to be dangerous unless we choose them not to. But if we're trying to actually hit someone, they both have to hit with the appropriate amount of force. One of the things I've also been doing is, so basically for about the first 40 or so 1-2 punches as I'm going in, I'm wearing gloves. The last 10, I'm taking the gloves off. That way I can do a little bit more conditioning on my hands hitting something, because I've been finding that when I do hit without gloves and I'm actually putting quite a lot of force into it, I'm getting some stress here on the metatarsals of my hand. That's basically the small bones inside of your hand. So I'm trying to work on them, putting some stress or pressures to try to build them up. That way, if you ever do actually have to hit anybody without pads or gloves or anything like that, you don't break your hand, or don't break your hand as badly. Same thing we got is kicks. So both sides are now getting about the appropriate level consistently, whether it's round kicks or hook kicks. For the round kicks, I've been working on actually introducing a little bit more power into them, as you'll be able to hear in this clip here. And then I've gradually kind of started doing the same thing with hook kicks. And I'm mostly able to do it pretty well with my right leg, because that is my main dominant leg. So for the next time, I'll wind up trying to do the same thing with my left leg as well. Probably still won't be able to get as much, still working on very, very good consistency, which that has been improving on. Now, second thing, going right into our exercises. So one of the things that I started doing this last 2 months is, it's an exercise I've done many times before, but this one is really, really good for help loosening up the hips, but also the inner thigh area, which is really, really important when I'm doing these head kicks. And in order to do the exercises, you can either get against a wall or a railing, as you're seeing I'm doing in this clip. And all you're gonna do is swing your leg to the front of you, and then swing it behind you, but go in a sideways position. And then as it comes down, you turn your body and it swings back up in front of you. And there's several ways you can do this exercise. You can just, as your leg is coming down, use that energy along with a body twist in order to help sling it up to the next position, whether it's to the side or to the front. You still let gravity drop your leg, twist your body, working on turning our bodies when we throw kicks and stuff, to sling it up to as high as you can without hurting yourself. And then the cool part is you can take this exercise, you can slow it down, and then you can start working on actual muscular strength to bring that kick up to that height that you're trying to get to. And now it's a muscle building type of exercise, as well as still a stretching one, as long as you mostly make sure that your body mechanics or body positioning is correct. For primarily when you're bringing it out to the side, you want to make sure you're not bending forward or anything. You want to stay upright or slightly tilted back in line with your kick. This is a really good exercise. You do roughly about 20 reps on both sides, whether it's just the swinging to warm up and stretch it out, or the strength version, and your hips, mostly your inner thighs, will be pretty well stretched. Still do other stretches when you start doing high level kicks. So what are we going to be doing for the next update? So as I mentioned, I'm feeling with my backhand, I'm hitting it with quite a bit more force than I am with my front. So I'm really going to start focusing on really extending and putting some power into that front hand, that first jab, versus my backhand. I want them both to be almost the same amount of force, even though like technically they won't be, but I still need them to be as close as possible. For kicks, really the only kind of main thing is start getting where I'm doing the hook kicks, I'm putting a little bit more power, a little bit more authority into them, and kind of getting them up to the level of where the round kicks and all that is. For exercises, not really. At this point for exercises, I'm not really going to be changing all that much. However, since this is May now, the very start of May, I've actually went on ahead and bought one of these grip measuring thingies. So I actually started working on a grip and forearm and part of my new Iron Fist video I'm going to be doing. So I finally got this. The exercises for the forearm development are pretty much going to be the same as I've been doing for the Baki stuff, the stuff with the 4-pound hammer, the forearm stretches, hitting bags without gloves to condition the hands, and the high stress areas. There is another type of wall exercise I do that'll be in that video. But another thing that I'm making sure that I'm doing is I'm actually working on using my swords that I have. Again, I said at the beginning of this year, I'm going to be working more stuff with saber. I've been doing quite a bit, and I'm really liking. Just kind of what I've been working on, getting very more familiar. My right hand has adapted fairly well to using a saber. I'm still going to have to work a little bit more with my left, simply because I think it's cool to be able to use stuff with both hands. So that is the 8th update on our On the Road to Baki series. I'm Matic, and I'll see y'all next time.